In a quiet corner of the farm, beneath an old pile of straw and sticks, lived a tiny mouse named Milo. He was the smallest mouse you could ever imagine. So small, he could hide behind a spoon. His voice, it was softer than the wind. The chickens never noticed him. The goats stepped right over him.
And the pigs, they didn't even know he existed.
But one afternoon, something strange happened. Something magical. Something that would change everything. It all began when Milo was searching for crumbs behind the barn. His little nose twitched as he sniffed around. Suddenly, he saw something. Something shiny. Half buried in the straw was an old scroll, long, rolled up and tied with a red ribbon. Milo's tiny heart skipped a beat. He pulled it out with his paws. It was dusty and old. He opened it slowly and gasped. The scroll was filled with big, bold words, written in bright red ink. Milo couldn't understand all of them, but he could feel the power in them. They weren't just words. They were something more. They sounded like they were meant to shake the sky.
Milo blinked and read out loud.
I am the storm that shakes the forest. I command the wind and the fire. I fear nothing, not even thunder.
Suddenly, whoosh! The wind howled outside. The barn doors creaked. Milo jumped. His whiskers twitched. He looked around. Had he just made that happen? From the corner of the barn, the rooster stirred. The goats raised their heads. The pigs oinked nervously. "Who said that?" cried the rooster. "Who dares to shout like that?" Milo froze. But then a little sparkle lit up in his eyes. What if they thought he was some kind of beast? What if the scroll made him sound powerful? For the first time in his life, Milo stood tall. He climbed onto an empty bucket, held the scroll high above his head like a mighty flag, and shouted louder.
I am the roar that shakes the earth.
Boo! The cows mooed in panic. The chickens ran in circles. The pigs squealed and rolled in the mud. Even the tough farm dog barked and hid behind a bale of hay. The animals looked all around. Who was this great and terrible creature? No one saw tiny Milo standing behind the scroll. All they saw was a huge shadow and a booming voice. Milo couldn't believe it. They were scared of him. His little heart raced. His tail twitched with excitement. For the first time, Milo wasn't afraid. He was brave. He was bold. He was something new. The barn was in chaos. Animals were hiding, trembling, whispering, "What is it? Where is it? Don't make it angry." And Milo, he just kept roaring, louder and louder, his voice trembling with joy. But then, something happened. A strong gust of wind blew through the barn. Whoosh! It caught the scroll, yanked it from Milo's paws, and sent it flying across the floor. It landed right in front of everyone. The scroll unrolled. Silence fell. Every eye slowly turned to the bucket where little Milo stood, small, quiet, and now without his scroll. For a moment, no one moved, no one breathed. Then the rooster blinked, the goat's jaw dropped, and the big brown cow said, "Was that you?" Milo gulped. His ears drooped. He nodded. The animals stared at him. A tiny mouse, no roar, no shadow, just Milo. Then, suddenly, they all burst out laughing. But wait, it wasn't mean laughter. It was full of joy. The rooster jumped down and bowed low. "You tricked us all," he said. "Even me." The pigs rolled around in delight. The hens clucked and clapped. The horse neighed and smiled. "You may be small, Milo, but you've got the heart of a lion." From that day on, everything changed. Milo wasn't ignored anymore. He became the storyteller of the barnyard. Every evening, the animals would gather around him as he stood proudly with his scroll, reading the mighty words once again. His voice was still small, but now It was heard, and it was respected. Milo, the mouse who once hid in the shadows, became the one who made the whole barnyard listen. And the lesson from Milo's story? Even the smallest voice can be powerful. True courage isn't about being big, it's about believing in yourself. And sometimes, just sometimes, pretending to be brave makes you brave for real. If you loved this story and want more magical tales with big lessons and even bigger adventures, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss the next amazing story.
See you next time, little heroes.